AB divided by B minus A. Now, one final thing, and this is actually something that I remember one of my professors telling me about, that he was going for his PhD in physics, and they asked him, as part of his qualifiers, you have to take this oral exam. You have to take a written exam and an oral exam before you can continue on anymore with your PhD, and it's horrifying. I mean, I hear horror stories. And one of his professors, one of his advisors, looked over at the door, and it had a spherical doorknob, and they said, "What's the capacitance of the doorknob?" And he kind of looked at him like, "What?" Here's where that comes in. Okay, imagine now, okay, that this outer part here is really far away, like infinity away. Well, if that's the case, the capacitance of an isolated sphere, I'll call it isosphere, okay, that's going to equal, it's still 4 pi epsilon naught. I'm going to do the way that it is right here, 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 over A minus 1 over B. And this is going to be as B approaches infinity. Okay? So this outer sphere, the outer shell around it, doesn't exist anymore. It's just this charged sphere. Well, again, it doesn't matter that there's no charge actually on the sphere. It's just a property of the materials. So now, what I have here is 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 over A, that's still, doorknob has radius, minus 1 over infinity. 1 over infinity is 0. So if you do this, the capacitance of an isolated sphere is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught A. Again, whether you're talking about a sphere with a shell around it or an isolated sphere, no electric field has to be present, no potential difference, no charge. It's all a property of the materials and the geometry. Okay? 4 pi epsilon naught A. In fact, in the proper units, if you use CGS, which is centimeter grams and seconds, that 4 pi epsilon naught goes away, and you could just say that the capacitance of your doorknob is 5 centimeters. And that would actually be a correct answer. Unit systems can do some pretty funny stuff. And I actually encourage you to kind of take a look at that. Because if you go on in physics, if you go on in engineering, you're going to use feet, you're going to use the English system a lot of times, or you're going to use MKS. If you go on in physics, you're going to use some different systems, and a lot of these units actually go away. Anyway, so that's it for today. Your homework is going to be chapter 25, 1 through 6. I never give like 1 through 6 type situations, but they're all one-dot problems. It all has to do with this, and you just use the equations themselves. I just want you getting some familiarity now with using the equations. So I want you to come in and be ready to go for tomorrow. All right? I will see you guys tomorrow, and I look forward to it.